Guys. In this video, I'll teach you how we can find product costing. So this is a simple concept in enterprise and resource planning. So if you're studying enterprise resource planning or ERP subject in your college, this will be one of the important sums. So let's see what's the concept here. Now, what do you mean by product costing? It's just simple. What in what cost we have to sell our product? Okay. So while making a product, there will be different costs involved to make a product, right? There will be two main different kind of cost. One is direct cost, another one is indirect cost. Direct cost consists of labor and manufacturing cost. Manufacturing contains all the things which is given, like what are the cost of all the ingredients. Like for example, here we are considering a bar, a energy bar. So to make that, there are different ingredients: oats, wheat, cinnamon, and these kind of things. So what are the cost of these individual materials? And then there is labor cost. So how much does it cost to employ the labor, employ the workforce? This is the direct cost. This can be calculated very easily because the information about the cost of raw material also will be available. And then we can, as a company, decide how much labor we are going to hire, and then what are the salary which you are going to give them. And then indirect cost is which we can control, which is overhead. Overhead means like some kind of emergency or some kind of situations, or think like suddenly some employees take leave, otherwise one of our machines go faulty. So at those times there will be extra cost involved, right? So we have also have to account for those costs while manufacturing our product, because we have to consider all of this, then only we can make profit. If we don't consider this overhead or indirect cost while selling our product, we may go into a loss. So let's see how this company is doing it. So here there are all the different kinds of ingredients, and then their respective costs are given here. So first what you're doing is total material cost is calculated, which is we are just summing up all these things from oats to raisins, and then if you sum all of this, you'll get $537. And then production of overhead. So for overhead, which is like extra cost, they're considering 100% of direct material. Since it's like a food factory, they're producing a food product, they can stock those items in inventory for a long time. So based on several other things, the company will decide how much percentage of direct material they can calculate as overhead. Sometimes they may even calculate 150 percentage. It depends on the product and the company. And then what they're doing is they're calculating labor cost. So this information is given for 7 cases. To produce 7 cases of this product bar, how much it is costing? So to produce 7 cases of these bars, it is costing $54 as labor. So cost of goods manufactured. So now the total cost of all the goods which are manufactured here is the total material cost, which includes the raw material cost, and then production of overhead. So how much overhead, what are the extra costs which they are using, and then next thing is direct labor. What is the labor which they are using to produce these 7 boxes? So it will sum up around to $1,129. We are just adding these two and then this. Now they are considering sales and administrative. Just because we manufacture, it doesn't mean like we can sell this directly. We have to do some kind of sales and then advertising and all those things. So for that, they're considering 30 percentage of cost of goods manufactured. So they're considering 30 percentage cost for this. Remember, all of these are for 7 cases. So afterwards, if we consider 30%, it's coming around $338. And then for cost of goods sold, it will come around 1,460, which is the sum of cost of goods manufactured plus the sales cost. So now we got the original cost. This is the final cost. This 1468 is the final cost. Like after they spent everything from scratch to buying raw material to the sales, what it cost the company to create 7 cases of this bars. So now for 7 cases, this is the cost of goods manufactured and this is the cost of goods sold. So we're just dividing it by 7 to find cost of goods manufactured per case and then cost of goods sold per case. Now what you have to do is you have to find the individual bar cost. How much does each bar take? So here for that company, it will vary for different company. Here they're using cases, right? So in each case, they are assuming there are 12 different boxes, and then in each box there are 24 bars. So we are just simply dividing 209.82, which is the cost for each case, and then dividing by number of bars in that case. So number of bars is like 24 bars in a box, and then 24 into 12 is what is the value you're getting? So 288. So 209 divided by 288 is 0.73. So what this 0.73 means is it is costing the company $0.73 to create that particular bar from scratch. So now we have to aim in such a way that we can get the profit, but then it shouldn't be too much so that customers won't buy it. So here they are calculating they can sell it at $0.90, so they can get a $0.17 profit. So this varies or depends. Maybe if you're writing an exam or something, they may ask, so how much cost they need to sell this individual product to get a $0.17 profit. So what you can do is this is just simple formula. Profit equals to cost price. Okay. So cost price, what is the individual cost to make that? And then selling price. So selling price minus cost price is equal to the profit. So they are selling each bar at 0.90 and then the cost required to make it is 0.73 and then you got the profit here. So this is the basic concept of product costing in enterprise and resource planning. Thank you.